Team ban. Radiant team ban.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's your Epicenter European Qualifier coverage lower bracket final. That's right, it's almost at an end. We have one more best of 5 after this best of 3, which is our grand final. The winner of this series going up against No Diggity. And who will it be? Danish Bears currently up 1 game against Power Rangers. They're looking pretty damn good, but it's a new day, it's a new draft, it's a new life. PR. Welcome back to Swindles. You'll be happier. Arise has his Invoker. First pick of the game.
That is way more PR to do. A lot of it, the meta right now is so much to do with play style, more so than anything else. So, just like the timings, your hero should rotate, when it's at its peak strength, the item builds, how active you need to be. All vary based on the hero you're playing. You can't just change that shit up and still be the same player. So even if Arise was like an amazing puck and only a half-ass invoker, it's also about how your team understands your role in the game and then how they edit their play style. Point is, Dota's like really hard, man. So you want to stick with your bread and butter in the big matches.
Well, this is pretty big, man. Danish Bears.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they actually take out one of their own bread and butter, the Enchantress band. So the hero which Rise has had a lot of success on will not be appearing here in this game. There's the same bands from Power Rangers, so J4 is not mixing up anything. Danish Bears keep again 8, taking out that profit in the first 2. But if you take out the Enchantress, they had to have a purpose behind this. So either they thought the PR was going to pick up probably the Earth Spirit, and they would get access to the Penguin Invoker. Could have been it. The OD is still in the pool, which is probably their next point of like a toss-up. That's where they want to go. And speak of the devil, OD makes his way through.
So excited to see it. Oh man, it's been so long since I saw OD play against Invoker mid, man. Jeez. It's gotta be at least, holy shit, let me look at my phone. Yeah, it's been at least 7 hours.
Hey, you either hate OD or you hate the Invoker. Either way, there's hate.
It's mostly just the style. I don't like heroes that you can't really seem to be able to beat effectively in lane, and also just seem to have like higher power level. It's sort of like where Sniper was, although Sniper was at least easier to deal with because there weren't necessarily like huge hard counters, but it's like, yeah, it's a good hero. The problem, oh, I like the Chen pick, that's really solid. I actually like the opener from PR a lot more. I think this is how you have to deal with this OD Void shit. You can't allow them to just sit stagnant in the game. Like, that's what No Diggity's been so good about doing, just playing for the late game. You don't beat that by just saying, okay, well, we'll pick strong mid game. Fuck that. You just go all in. And not even necessarily all in, but you pick Chen. You go high rotations, lots of early aggression, early towers. Don't allow OD Void to just farm Midases and just do nothing. So, I like this opener from PR. Although, obviously, DBs is pretty scary as well.
Yeah, well, DBs have a lot of potential just to completely screw you up, where Power Rangers, like you said yourself, you would have something which is a lot more comfortable for them, as long as they can protect the Chen. Like, you take out the Clinks to start with, so that's fine.
Very good bet.
Now do you also worry even about, like, the 4th position Doombringer? Because, you know, PR's not going to go for that unless they run as their offlaner. Okay, they're more worried about the combo with the Void. And the ban of the Gyrocopter and the Clinks, they're assuming this will actually be a mid-OD. But a lot of the European teams and also CIS teams have been playing a lot around with OD also safe lane. So it's not always just the OD Invoker mid-lane matchup that we get.
It's interesting here. I actually like both those bans. Not as much for the synergy with the Void, but both Gyro and Clinks are not only good against the Invoker Chen, but they're very strong in the style that, or against the style PR is going to want to run this game. Clinks can like eat a Chen creep and then be unkillable, and just hit the Invoker. Gyro is like the best parry for mid-game and early-game rotations, so I think those are both solid choices. Strange to me is that DB chose to ban the Sven, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I just think Sven's so terrible against OD. You get kited so hard.
They might be also thinking about illusion-based heroes. Because if they're going to run the safe lane, something which we haven't seen at all tonight is the CK. Like, CK's in the pool, PL's in the pool. Not that PL really has that much trouble with this Ven. When we after you get past the mid game.
Yep, it's definitely not as hard a counter I think as people get credit for. It means the Sven can't get out of hand, but I don't think it's like the go-to.
Was it the game that we cast together the other day with the PL versus the Sven? Or was I casting that one with someone else?
I think that was me and you.
Yeah, because I remember this fight on bottom lane. This Ven just stood there and he just kept attacking illusions. He couldn't find the real one, so he kept attacking illusions. I remember the co-caster I was with, and yeah, I think it was you. Basically, just said there was like you can't tell the difference because the illusions are just so damn tanky. At that point, he was only attacking 4 illusions, so they're all going down at the same pace.
Reserve time.
So we'll see what Danish Best want to do. For now, they get the Witch Doctor. So just a safe combo here in the faces for as long as you're not stupid enough to put the Death Ward inside the chronosphere.
Not a huge fan of it, to be honest. I mean, I actually don't like Witch Doctor against Chen at all. Like, I know you can stun the creeps, but usually that's all it's good for. And I think CM or Mirana would be better. I think CM is go-to, but otherwise I think Mirana is really solid here. Because it deals with the creeps, like, not amazingly, but it gives you the combo. Okay, Lone Druid's solid pick here. This is a very E-Home Alliance-esque lineup right here. Not really Alliance, I guess, since they have the Invoker, but I think EG would run this to great effect as well. Just solid. Like, look at the amount of pressure they can output right now. Lone Druid's one of the best heroes against OD, and it also can lane up against him really well middle. I think Lone Druid actually wins that lane. And IO.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
Power Rangers, they just need to ensure their next 2 picks have to be something that allows them to take fights and win. If you can't win a split style guerrilla game against an IO. So they need the ability to just start hitting base towers at like 15-20 minutes and force DB to be 5 in base. Then they can break off farm, take Roshan, etc.
Well, they could just get like a safe lane Juggernaut and bring in his healing ward and push down that way. Then a +1 support. There's the burst damage against the Lion. There's no control like you get from a Disruptor or Witch Doctor or any of these heroes which you're able to take out, like the Wisp when he relocates in. But I suppose Lions impales these days are appearing more of like Ravagers than just impales.
Yeah. Not to mention you can finger the IO from super far away and just take him out. I think it's the perfect pick here. Lion Lone Druid is another tested combo by all these top teams. I've seen EG, Secret, Liquid, actually not Liquid, but you know, top Chinese, EG, they all understand the power of Lion plus Lone Druid, Lion plus Furion, and it gives them the most control possible. In addition, it's quite good against the Void, even the laning stage, because you can see him for so damn long you might actually be able to kill him. It'll be interesting to see what they safe lane here, though. They have a lot of options. I'm
still looking for the CK. I'm still looking for that CK. Because that's the one thing the Power Rangers, all like currently 2 cores, don't have a way of getting rid of.
I think it'll be CK, Weaver, Slark, maybe PL. It depends on what this pick is. I do like the CK,
You're talking about Power Rangers safe lane, are you? I'm thinking CK for Danish Bears.
Oh shit! Okay. That was communication there. CK is not terrible. It's just risky with 1 pick to go. There's already pretty solid heroes against it. I think a Bristleback is the way to go here.
Well, if you do it, okay. So you still leave the OD in mid. With the Lone Druid off lane, yeah, I could see Bristleback working. Spoilers still your off lane or safe lane. Yeah, okay, yep.
I just like it because it gives them Ancients. I think they need a hero that does Ancients, or a hero that combos really well with the type of style they're running. Interesting.
Was that the hero you're expecting?
No, but it's actually kind of similar to Bristleback in a weird way because it's going to be magic damage mostly instead of the spam quills, but it's a good combo with IO, and it is quite good in this game. Really early team fighter that can also scale really well. It is an excellent hero against Lone Druid.
He's also the only form of counter push.
10 seconds remaining.
Once he gets to level 6, like then he can do something about it.
5 seconds remaining.
The problem here is that PR sees that pick and can now just select a very hard counter to it to put safe lane against him. I could see them maybe running like a Necrophos, but I don't think that that's something they're comfortable with. But
I'd be worried about Necro just getting completely exploded. Basis void, no D if he gets caught inside a chronosphere.
yeah, they definitely want like a tanky frontline type hero that can make things happen in the early game. I think Weaver might be okay. I could see them safe laning a Doom, a Quap, Life Stealer. If they wanted to really all in, they could just pick Pugna here. I think that hero is amazing right now. This will be a Timber safe lane, which is interesting because it means that they'll be able to pressure lanes in a lot of places. They go Venge. Alright, that's a Venge core. It's not terrible here. They will have a ton of aura pressure. The only concern I have is that it's all just going to come down to like the initiation, really. It does give them more 5-man potential at the very least, but I just fear for them if DB starts to be able to split up the map, and in addition, whether or not they address this OD properly. If the OD has a good game, PR will have some trouble. I will
also
say
see who's playing the Void though is Hester Joe on the Void.
Yep, that's their offlaner, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the only thing I don't like here from DB's lineup is that their IO doesn't really have a place to go. I mean, you're not really able to do anything with a Void and a Timbersaw, and OD is already kind of going to be winning his lane. Like, neither support seems to really have a place, whereas, like, if the lanes are just stagnant, Chen's going to be farming significantly more than both supports. And he'll get level 5, level 6, and they'll just start pushing towers. And what are level 4 Witch Doctor, level 5 IO really going to do? Void as well. Even Timbersaw to an extent. Like, all of these DB heroes come online really late. And PR is the definition of, we're coming for your towers, boy. So we'll just have to see what happens for this first fight around the 7-8 minute mark. That'll kind of determine the flow of the game. And another smoke.
We were talking about PR, like 4-man smoking doing exactly the same play, multiple games in a row. This is now the second time in the same series that DB is doing exactly the same thing, and they're going to slip in next to the tower now. They don't come close enough. They're revealed. Who are they hunting? It is the quickest way into this jungle, but no one is here. Maybe they're hoping to loop around the back of Power Rangers, but Power Rangers aren't there.
30 seconds.
So the wards start to get placed. Moya's going to put one of his sentries in the tree. They set the hard camp for Chen. There was also huge amounts of pinging coming out from Arise. He was actually pinging the crap out of Timbersaw after that first Sunstrike scout. Saw the consumables on the Timbersaw.
I actually really like this move from PR. They did their lanes the right way. This is something actually that OG did a ton against us in a bunch of scrims and then later in matches, where they went Venge core off lane and they have a Chen with those two heroes. They did it with Venge Undying. The line can work because if Chen gets a Satyr, they just win the lane here against anything. It'll be IOOD mid and then the Timbersaw Witch Doctor bottom. But this is really good for PR, I think, because they're not killing this lone druid. It's just not going to happen. Mid lane, Arise will have a very hard time, but top lane, they should be able to kill this Void, and Chen should be able to help all of the lanes as well, specifically top and mid.
Did you just see all the drawing coming out from Hester Joe?
Yep.
Arise getting harassed up a lot. Yeah, he just circles and said, be careful of mid, be careful of top. Big Num's gonna come from one of these areas, they smoke up. They didn't get the Satyr though, they only got the Centaur. The Lion will have his available, and Hester Joe's getting really up in the face of Goddamn. With just a stout shield, it's still enough for him that he doesn't really care too much about the VS harass, and here comes the rotation. Straight into mid, the smoke will break, dives overboard, sees it coming, and they just focus on Rise. He will be going down here first, blow spot by Big Num, but Ping Pong can actually stay alive.
I think that's acceptable for both teams. That smoke is almost always going to work, and you really can't allow yourself to be in a position where you'd be safe for that, so just the fact that the core didn't die, I think is a good thing for DB. It's a pretty even trade. I know it seems silly, it was a 1 for 0, but the time investment, the smoke, because it's a support, it's pretty even. The question is, will they be able to get another kill top lane? And I think they will. No TP on Witch Doctor, and even if he did have a TP, I don't think he does anything here.
Like, I just send the IO up to the top lane. Let Pingvin actually do the mid lane by himself. Because right now, he's not ahead of the CS of Arise, and I know the pressure's going to be coming a lot more. When the Forge Spirits are attacking him down.
Yeah. No stun on Venge, though. I am not certain that that was the play.
Wait, really?
Really?
Is this like a no brief fire DK play?
I have no comment.
There's your stun now, out from J4, goddamn. He's gonna Wave of Terror, try and use the aura damage to bring down Hester Joe. He was actually just going for raw DPS when you think about it up against the face's void. Like you throw a magic missile and he just time walks off the damage, right? So what do you get more out of the early lane presence? You get more out of Wave of Terror as well as Vengeance Aura.
Yep. No, I mean it makes sense in theory, but it just means that they'll have way less kill potential.
I kind of want to watch this bottom lane a hell of a lot more, but I know with the top lane having Chen up here now, that it's kind of more of like an action zone. But I want to see how Cheshire Cat Nation really approach this, because right now Cheshire Cat is getting like crap all CS. Ace is taking any opportunity he's got just to timber chain through creep wave. Okay, yeah, they are actually battling up on top lane. I knew I should have taken my eyes off it. Witch Doctor finds one kill over on the Lion. Hester doesn't have time walk available. Yeah, she finds his way through the Centaur. They'll allow Goddamn to still finally get that last hit. They'll come underneath the tower, but not taking any extra damage. So you get a one-for-one trade-off, but it's a lion for a faceless void trade.
Yeah, the thing to note, if you look at the CS, mid and bottom, both handily won by Danish pairs, which is kind of a given. OD Timbersaw have huge advantages in these one-on-one matchups, specifically Timbersaw. Like, he's used 2 tangos right now. He's running around with 10 armor and 10 health regen. Lone Druid doesn't do a damn thing to him. And this
how do you even chip it? Like, the Spirit Bear attacked him and you just make Ace stronger than what he already is.
Exactly. It's a dream, like
they're going
a great
again
hero.
up on top. J4, a stun, a controller, J4 with 54 HP, heals to 5 with the chain climb. Actually up some kill off the Io, and Noya's gonna join him. A double kill for Big Num. That's what you make so Big Num playing all 4 of the kills the Power Rangers have received.
Yep. I mean, Ursa is like, man, let me just talk about how bad Centaurs are. Oh, hold that thought.
Oh, time walks it off.
Ursa, you get 15 attack speed, you're a stomp, you get 3 of them, and it does 150 damage with the 3-second slow. Centaurs do like, I think 50 damage, and you get 2 of them. It's just a terrible creep. Sorry, it does 25 damage and it lasts for 2-second stun. It's just, the creep's just so bad, and you can just see the power of the Ursa there. He lands a clap on the Isle, they don't even need the Sunstrike, like he kind of just dies. And that's the power of the Chen. Might be in trouble here though.
Time lock for Hester Joe, he needs something. I saw him actually trade like 8 hits with a Vengeful Spirit and never once got himself a time lock.
Yeah. That's my luck, man.
Some days it's just massively unlucky. He's actually dropping a little lower on this bottom lane, but don't worry, he's now used his 4th tango. He's got Timber Chain anyway. Actually chain's closer to what Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
There's no bait into a fight. It's like he doesn't care because he's going to salve up anyway.
Yeah, Timbersaw, another reason, I mean, I'm going to compare him to Bristleback just to make my point a little better, but the main thing is just any hero with mana pool issues that has a lot of spells to cast is amazing with OD. So in a team fight, Timbersaw usually might have some mana regen issues, but with an OD, he's never going to be out of mana. And it's sort of like the Ember Spirit last game, where in this situation, Ace really doesn't, there's nothing that really deals with him on PR side, unless they catch him in like a Hex combo with an Invoker.
Hester Joe, that tether, he needs to time walk himself out, the paralyzing cast, the space cannot be bought.
Yeah, he lives there, but the Witch Doctor wasn't healing.
Yeah, he didn't have good restoration turned on. With
No.
the tether of Ryzek. Ryzek actually hadn't taken any damage at that point.
He had overcharge on though, so it didn't matter, but like, he 100% lives there. It's 16 heal through the Witch Doctor, and then another 24 per second from the IO, so I think he 100% lives. He was just too preoccupied trying to get that cask off, forgot the voodoo. They're gonna get the bottle refill though, but this is okay for DB. It looks a little grim for them, but their safe play, or their solos
Ace?
rather, are really crushing.
You getting yourself solo killed? Tether away, the attack will fly. They're gonna go back up to top lane now. As they're back underneath the tower, but yeah. He's actually, the ping came out from Cheshire Cat, expecting him to tether to the, like, Timber Chain to the right. So they were trying to Sunstrike snipe him as he did so. But then he played the move very differently to what Cheshire Cat thought was going to happen. Well, there's Magic Missile again. Hester Joe, the restoration's down, but Rise, looks like he didn't actually have tether at the time, but Big Num, gonna penitence over on Noya. Rise has to stick with his Witch Doctor as much as he possibly can. but it won't be enough. Even the Lion's basic attack is enough to get the kill.
Yeah. With Venge Aura, Venge W, and the Chen Q on him, he just takes so much damage. It's insane.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
We still really haven't seen any of the influence of Ace or Penguin. They haven't left their respective lanes. They're just staying on them the entire time. Obviously, Penguin's still having the time of his life in the mid up against the Invoker. He has double the CS and still there with almost 20 denies to his name as well. And there's no issue there at all. And if Faceless Void finally gets his Chronosphere, maybe it can get easier on this top one. Okay, Ace, is this your moment? If it chains down, paralyzing cast, doesn't bounce up. You do actually have... Because you gotta remember the chakra. I want to say chakra. Noya, okay, hello, swap back, goddamn stun, Devesh, good two. Turn the fight around, and Lone Druid will take both kills. That's practically a hand of Midas that. For one rotation of goddamn.
Yep, that was a really good rotation, and he maxed stun, so I actually like that move a lot. You need to kill Timbersaw, as weird as it sounds, with that magic damage, so like that was a really, really important counter gank. Timbersaw missed both of his W's, however, so if he lands one of those, he probably kills the Lone Druid, and that just doesn't happen at all, but yeah, you definitely can't miss both. So now it's 9-1. Suddenly PR is looking really scary because they have such a big lead, they can immediately transition this into towers and objectives, and while Timbersaw OD are super scary if they get left alone, they are not ready to 5-on-5 right now. They need more time, and Timbersaw just really needed a better game, I think. He's even with this Lone Druid, actually behind a net worth, and that's... You can't be there in that position on Timbersaw. It's just not... It's not good. Double Tornado coming top, so it looks like they will be starting to pressure the tower.
Yeah. And Noya's not ready to really defend this. The Witch Doctor doesn't have his damage yet. Without that death ward, there's no real scary follow-up. Unless the Aya can get up to level 6. If the Aya can reach his level... They just did a pull to get rid of the T1 town, jump forward, the corner, catching out 3. They find goddamn Noise actually denying him the T1 town, rotating in from the OD, but Hestro is already down, and that just allows Penguin to actually be 1 swap, 2 mana drain, and 3 hex. Paralyzing cast from Noy will buy a little bit more space here, but it looks like DP. They're on different pages for how that fight was meant to go down. Felt really odd, to say the least.
Dire's middle tower is under
Bottom
attack.
lane, Cheshire Cat's like so strong now, we can actually just press the Timbersaw out of lane. It's really just this aggro from PR, like they just dumpstered the safe lane so hard. Void 0-4-0, and I actually really like the draft from DB, but I feel like Void was one of the weaknesses. You see Niggy and EG run this hero a lot and to great success, but people don't often run like these Chen styles against them. This is what beats Void in my opinion. A lot of early aggression, Chen, lots of CCs, and now they're in a tough spot. Coconut comes out, ooh, cancels the swap animation. That would have been a sure kill on the Witch Doctor.
It's Ace. He's just going to chakra him into the wave and just slow it down, that's all. Ace actually got a little frustrated, he left the bridge behind and the bear stole from Rise. Rise was trying to bottle up. The Lone Druid's nice with the bounty room. Cheshire Cat is now in the sickest position he could have ever asked for. I didn't think this was going to be possible. I honestly thought that first movement of DB down to that bottom lane would result in the death of Cheshire Cat. These high HP heroes up against Timbersaw is just like Timbersaw loves it, but he's got no joy. But he is going to start getting more and more levels, and this is where I can't get on the PR train. Like, you've taken out 2 tier 1 towers, your Lone Druid is looking fantastic, the top net worth still belongs to the OD. They still have a hero who I've seen cripple game after game after game. They still have that hero in their full. And he's not behind at all. They 4-man smoke up, and looks like they're going to head down towards bottom lane. It's almost like saying like a team with EE's like Ember Spirit isn't gonna lose. Same with the Animage games at TI 5. Same story for me. And now Cheshire Cat gonna get hunted out. They trigger the drum charge. They need a stun, and they actually just commit the Chronosphere from Hestejo. They really want this Lone Druid dead, and they are gonna get him. Question is, if they follow up with the tower, Rise. He's waiting for his tether away to safety.
Radiant's bottom
Now he can do.
tower is under attack.
He rotating down under the cover of smoke. Tornadoes up. Lone Drew is still going to be down for 23 seconds. Orion is trying to add a little bit of pressure to the tier 2 tower. So it's like they're trying to force him to TP out. Ace, oh my! Oh, Timbersaur's biggest weakness is burst damage, and that's exactly what happened to him. The Sunstrike on the back of Fester Joey's still going to time walk analyze the earlier damage. The Penguin starts dealing the damage. He gets the Chen, which hilariously enough is worth the mega kill streak, but being swapped back into the fight. No imprisonment will save him from this one. And the IO still doesn't have level 6, so there's no relocate for Rise. Unable to save either of the cores. So it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade off that bottom lane maneuver, if we count the Lone Draw, the Chen for the OG and the Timber.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, well. Well done Big Dumb though for putting his saddle on the hillside. He recalled his creeps in. And they spawned around him, but unfortunately around him was also the hillside. Roshan's down, TP, they do not go in. They did put their observer ward up there. They understand what they're up against. So without like battling into a team with Roshan while you don't have Chronosphere up and you don't have Eclipse available, just seems to be a little bit too risky. Ace, where's Sunstrike? Not gonna come. Just
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. Is Shechik actually... It's gonna be the first Lone Draw I've seen not building a Radiance.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Willie? That Hex is still going to come in. God damn, he actually attempted the swap. Now he's going to Wave of Terror to get the reveal. Tether away to safety. DP. Cam and Tangle. Hester Joe just cannot get the Chronosphere off. He only just got the, like every other fight that's happened so far, he hasn't had to relocate. He couldn't get the space. Like, what are you going to do? You're being attacked by an aggro trialing with the Chen wandering around the top. There was no way to pull. There was no way to actually gain that experience. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, he's got a good target for it now. He may have to time walk out to do it, and there it is, the jump, but no, he only got a Rise! Goddamn will still get the stun off. The Sharkin will fly in, but Goddamn swoops the Rise back out again, so he gets the call up on the Hester Joe. Time walks out the damage to the Sunstrike right on the mark. The stun from J4 ensures he stays there, and you've still got Finger of Death available too, so Ace not feeling too safe, and they're going to relocate him all the way back to base. And this means you also sacrifice your IO. Timing's not quite right. he still goes down. I think that was, yeah. They're not even waiting. Like, you still got Finger of Death available, so remember, killing off that Timber Saw is quite a simple task. No, they're gonna back out. They did a little bit of chip damage to the tower. Like, if DB actually, okay, no, they're gonna persevere with this. They've still got mech available. I'm just not seeing. Okay, you got the. Oh god, this is disgusting. The 3 tornadoes are coming into middle lane. Ping. He's been swapped in already, and there's your Finger of Death. They ensure the death of the OD, and that means no extra mana cost. They've still got the Aegis Immortal fighting in the front lines. He'll Tempest Chain up at 8. He's still ticking down at the moment, down to 44 HP. He will be able to survive, but right now it's a natural disaster for DB underneath their own tier 3 tower in mid. Bear will slowly bring down the building. Ardam's actually been sent back to base at this point by the Chen, because he was already pretty low. He got sent back, so they're just there. All they want is the tower, and they just get the hell out of Dodge.
Regeneration.
Are we really going to get back to that point, though, where we say to a team, don't screw up and you win? Because every time we say that kind of thing, it happens. Like, there's some kind of misplay, there's some kind of misposition that just is screwy. I was actually expecting Ace to try and finish up, actually an Aghanim Scepter before he even got the Soul Booster. Just pray that the OD can keep giving him the mana required, and have the double Chakrams. But now welcome to the top lane, Ace! And it was really nice knowing you. No buyback, 45 seconds on the sideline. Paralyzing Cask will go, goddamn, actually getting hit by that 3 times. But there's no follow through. The tower's still going down. The Bear even gets himself an entangle onto Hester Joe. They start working on this top melee wrecked. Still, as we said, no Timber Saw available because the buyback hasn't happened. There's maybe enough for PA to feel like they've got this as goddamn. They actually get a good Chronosphere, but it's only on big numbers as well as goddamn. The Death Ward starts doing its damage to them. PS is so damn tanky, and Hester Joe is hexed up. He'll be brought down, and there it is. GG is the call. DB couldn't get the initiation off, and Power Rangers will force us to a third deciding game. You said it, man. Last time these teams met, DB won game number 1, and then they proceeded to lose the second and third game without even 40 minutes worth of game time being expended. So far, that wasn't even 20 minutes in game 2.